Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Happy, beautiful, beautiful Sunday. So, this week has been wow. It's been an interesting one, and I know that I say that a lot. Every moment, every experience is interesting and special in its own way, and this super Gemini new moon is no different. It just hit me like a ton of bricks, and I wasn't even expecting it. But it did bring certain wisdom with it. With every experience that you go through, you do gain something. So, what happened during that new moon? It was so unexpected. I actually had forgotten that it was a new moon because I've been really busy this week with work. And I was driving home from work, and it hit me. Like, emotions started rising up to the surface. And if anyone knows me, they know that I don't like to express certain emotions, like crying. Crying is just not my thing. And I couldn't stop the tears. Memories came back to me. And I was driving and I was trying to stop it, like play my music loud or happy thoughts, and whatever I did, it just didn't work. And so when I got home, I tried everything to stop it, like meditation, happy thoughts, reading, and I just surrendered, and I just let the tears flow and just wash over me. It's such an interesting experience, I felt so weak and so helpless because I couldn't stop it. There's something about crying, it just makes me uncomfortable. Even like when people cry in front of me, I just want to jump out of my skin. I don't know what to do. I just want to stop it. So, yeah, old memories, old past hurts or whatever just resurfaced that I thought, I had forgiven. But part of forgiving others is forgiving yourself. So although I've forgiven, the others, I hadn't completely forgiven myself. One moment. My children are fighting. Stop it, you guys. Yeah, sometimes I just have to just let them have their process. So I'm not going to interfere. So let me get back to it. Yeah, so I just let myself release it. You know what I mean? And forgiving, that's what I was talking about. I had to forgive myself. And I'm not even sure now if I have done that, but I do feel a lot better. That night I just stepped aside and let my emotions wash over me and just release it, And I did feel better the next day. And what I realized is this. Every moment, every situation, you do have a choice. You don't have to take what's presented in front of you for face value, and that's what I've realized is to question every moment. Why is this, happening? And what is it that it's asking of me? That's another thing. What is the situation asking of me? And I'm not just talking about, the Gemini moon. I'm just talking, that moon kind of like invoked this movement within myself as these memories came back to me. Pain, whatever it was, to really take a look at it and see what it was asking of me. Because, we store these emotions that carry our memories, we store it in our, I believe, subconscious. I'm not sure. But they do get triggered by people, certain events, and they come back up, and they come back up for reasons, and part of the reason is to ask you, what have you learned from it, so you can finally just release it, so it doesn't have to affect you in the way that it has. So when we look at our past hurts, we have to find, by questioning it, choosing to question it rather than letting it take over you and having the same emotions rise up again and affect over and over. That's that cycle. When you start questioning it, that's when you'll find your answers, and that's where the true healing is. Healing from within. Trying to find the silver lining, if you will, in those events. So that's what I've had to do, and I'm still in process of that. But yeah, the biggest thing I've discovered is our choices. You have a choice to suffer, and suffering is not a part of this deal at all. The difference between pain and suffering is pain is temporarily felt. Suffering is when you stay in that space, and you allow yourself to experience that over and over and over. Pain can turn into suffering. And so, yeah, you may not want to face certain painful memories, but facing it through your choices that you didn't think you have, by choosing to look at it and see what you've learned from it and what it has asked of you, can make it a lot less painful. And definitely it will take you out of the suffering. Part of what I realize I do when I go back into these memories is, we're feeling those emotions all over again that you felt the moment that it happened. And because that is attached to pain, and pain is attached to your ego, it's possible that your ego will bring you back to that state of mind and keep you there, because that's what the ego knows. But these experiences are all about rising above the ego, okay? And trying to, I hate using this word, but seek the lesson in those moments. And sometimes, that's a tough pill to swallow. But, we go through these experiences in order for us to, by helping ourselves, to help others, especially people that are, light workers, awakening, to do healing work, to do channeling work. We do have to be in touch with that part of ourselves, and that's what not only adds depth to your soul, but it adds to your capacity to heal. One moment. Balance. That's what I've learned. I used to think when I go through these moments of being triggered and having these experiences come back to me, because it just isn't something I want to deal with. That's a natural human thing to do. I used to try and cling on to the happy memories so I can not have to deal with it. But I realized, and that may work sometimes, Sometimes you get triggered when you don't have to, or you get triggered to bring these up to test your ability to heal, you don't always have to experience these emotions. You can choose through your choices to heal it, in any way that you can, whether it's through showing gratitude, grounding, meditation, seeking for the love in each situation. But it's not always about, the love and the light. sometimes you have to confront your shadow aspect, your shadow self. And I've never thought that I could, or that I couldn't turn any situation to light, because that's what I've been doing so far, you know, like trying to find the light in everything and healing it. But sometimes certain situations are what they are, you know. It's if it's a shitty situation, excuse my language, and that's just what it is. That's what you went through. But you don't have to let that define you. You don't have to let that suppress you or bring suffering to you. Through your choices, you can look through that situation and find, like I said before, what this is asking of you. And the way that it happened for me in this Gemini super moon taught me that I can't always run away from these shitty situations. And I just had to confront it like head on. I am still looking for the lesson in it, but by allowing my emotions to just run through, you know, whether it's tears, pain, hurt, I'm learning to forgive and let go. You know, sometimes these situations, there may not be any good in it. And this means that it's asking of you to forgive others and yourself. And so, yeah, that's been an interesting journey for me so far. You know, not finding love in every situation. It's possible. It's absolutely possible. But it doesn't mean that you are not loved. It just means that the people that brought you to this point, to this situation, maybe were operating from an unconscious mind. They were not aware. And they've brought this level of hurt and pain and suffering to you, but you don't have to accept it, you know? Choose. You have a choice. You have a choice, you know? You have a choice to look through it in your own way and bring understanding to that situation that brings healing to you. And we all have this capability, and that's what I'm learning right now. It's all about choices. So I would say, listen to your inner self, to your soul. Look beyond your ego. You know, look beyond that initial reaction to fall into that suffering. That's, you know, don't always go for the easier way out, because the easy way out is to label, you know, people, situations, and think that you've moved on from it. But when you do that, it always comes back to you, because the universe wants you to expand. The universe supports and loves you, and sometimes some of that support and love comes in harsh ways. But again, it doesn't have to be harsh. And so, yeah, I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you so much, everyone, for your support and for viewing this. So much love to you guys. I'll see you on the next video, okay? Bye.